I need a project for this man because this was the song where I was like, it like legitimized it for me. I was like, Rich Chigga is here to stay. He can do. He's very versatile. He's got it going on. Like it's not just a bit. Like he's a good rapper. He's making interesting music, and I'm excited to see where he goes next. I want a project to be able to show off to the world and really be like, this guy is legit. Like he may look goofy, maybe himself. But don't like he may look goofy. I know it can be hard to take seriously at first, but this man is legit, and I fucks with his vision.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like this was definitely a song for me as well, where I was concerned. I was like, this is gonna be his legitimizing song because as much as I think he has a lot of talent, he's been a meme rapper in my opinion. Right. He's been a YouTube rapper. We're watching for the videos and for the name and the fanny pack. Mr. Cat,
hey,
shout
Mr.
the heck
Cat,
out,
what's
man.
up?
I don't know if that's happening. Are we live or not? I can't tell. It's fine. We're
live. Pause.
Cool.
We're good.
Anyways, I feel like this was a deciding song for him in that he's been very meme rap heavy, and this was a song that was just a straight banger. It was good. I liked it a lot. Really interesting seeing I feel like Tyler really pushed the sunflower and just like flowers in general into hip hop with Scumfuck. Yeah. And there was a lot of sunflowers going on in this video, and I don't know, it's nice to see. I liked it a lot.
It was dope. I mean, it was a great look aesthetically. It is a song about like fucking up with a girl too, being really vulnerable.
I liked it. It was like a real ass song about like something rather than like
and handling it well too. Like he's like, hey, I like seeing you glow up like that. Like you're doing better now.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
One lyric that really threw me though, and I'm confused, is like, I think about you every time I look at your drawers. Was like his knockout line for the chorus. Mm-hmm. And I was like, drawers as in like underwear, shorts, or like dresser drawers? Like, what are you referring to? And I went to Rap
maybe
Genius.
Maybe got her stuff thing. He just got her things
got her stuff
there.
every time. Oh, okay, maybe he's got a drawer full of her stuff.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I thought they like maybe like you have like a drawer for somebody.
I wasn't sure because my grandma would be like pick up your drawers, like put your pants on. Like
I don't think even that's like.
I don't know. It's like
I think it's so colloquial. I don't think you know that.
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what it means.
He uses like naughty.
That's true.
So I was like, I'm surprised he had that one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, I was just excited because it was another change in sound, kind of. He had a lot of stuff. He had like the pseudo drill track, which was the intro, pull it with the stick. He has gospel, which is very like the XXX mosh rap style. To now this one that's kind of, I don't even know how to describe this new one.
It's good. I just like it.
It sounds great. It's super catchy.
It's unique. It sounds like something I haven't heard in a second.
I'm excited, but I'm cautious. At the same time, I feel like this does establish perhaps a sound no look he wants to stick with. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've just been worried because it's just been switching up so much.
That's true.
And of course, because he's starting out, he probably never expected this amount of success. Probably never expected to be a real rapper.
That's true.
So
he's legitimate. He's like, shit, I gotta make a real song.
Yeah, they have to be legit. So I hope this is like starts paving a path for him making like real ass music.
Yeah.
And like being like a pretty good artist. Who knows?
Definitely.
But like, I mean, like, I don't know. These 3 songs, if I had them on an album, I'd be like, whoa. Like,
yeah.
like, this is everywhere.
I'd be a little confused.
And perhaps maybe a little less obvious influences maybe might do him some good.
What were the influences you say?
Like for this song specifically or before? I think this one was a little more of its own thing as opposed to the last 2. I'd be like, oh, this sounds like this. It sounds like an Tentacion song. Oh,
exactly.
This sounds like one of those drills, like any number of drill songs.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of what I meant when I said, like, he's felt like a meme rapper. He's like, all right, what's the current sound and how can I make it kind of funny? Yeah. And this was just, like, not funny, original, quality, nice shit. Yeah. I was pumped.
Yeah, I hope...
it's got me very excited for the future.
I hope Brian fixes that.
Brian Emanuel,
let's get it, Brian.
Out.
Let's go, Brian.
Gang. And speaking of artists, you can't really pin down a sound other than his ad-libs. Designer coming out with a very Nintendo-themed song. First of all, the title track's called Arms. The I don't know if you saw the album art.
I did.
With the Mario Kart font. But, yeah, Designer coming out with a new track. And let me tell you, I can understand what he was saying. So, that's new.
Yeah, the first comment.
The
first comment on YouTube was like, man, Designer's taking speech classes.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I'm understanding what he's saying.
I didn't like it.
Now I have to hear his now I have to hear his bars, and that's, But I don't know. There's an energy drop. It's weird. It's weird. I think he's like figuring it out, and it's not
I like the soccer
quite figured
song
out.
that came out before that. Did you see that?
Is that the one with
Oh,
Slump God?
That one was crazy.
He had a song come out in like June.
No, it's not with Slump God. But he did it for some like FIFA commercial.
I thought it was
something.
FIFA commercial, so I thought that was a catchy, fun song.
This one is.
This is a. Who knows? I'm excited. It's just so weird. Everything going around this, just so like goofy that like I'm just excited to see what it is. Like even if it's probably not. It's probably not gonna be good. I don't have high hopes for Designer.
That's fair.
It's like if he surprises me, I'm more than ready.
I would love for
him to be good, but it's just like so many signs that it's not.
Yeah, I think it'll be hype, but I don't think it's gonna be something that's in my daily rotation.
No,
I think it's gonna be hype though.
We might get a song or two out of it.
Did you like out of his mixtape? Outside of nothing, right?
No, nothing.
I can't even name a song on his mixtape.
Name one.
Which one? There's one. Well, the only reason I found that is in Finding Arms today. I was like, wait a second. Designer made a song with Slump God, and I'm a huge Slump God fan.
Panda was on fucking.
Oh, I heard Panda.
Yeah, I said one.
I don't know. Panda, what's that? Dude?
Panda.
Never heard of it.
No, I missed that song.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he sounds clear. That's something. We'll see where he goes from there. I mean, there's got to be some reason Jay-Z and Kanye like him, but
Jay-Z likes him.
Yeah, he shouts him out in the song. They apparently hang out.
I love that Jay-Z shout out thing. We should talk about that one podcast because that was sick.
Yeah,
it's late news, but I love Jay-Z's shout out to like modern rap.
Lot, yeah.
So
and then he did it again on the album. You know, like let those young kids live.
It was cool.
So I mean, shouts out to that. We'll see what Designer does. Shouts out to the beat though. I mean, 16 years old. I'm loving him.
I love 16-year-old.
Yeah, 16-year-old.
It's an amazing producer. Like really quality shit. Yeah.
Not sure if Designer was the fit for his beats, but
yeah, I would agree. I feel like 16-year-old collabs really well with a lot of like other SoundCloud artists. But
not necessarily.
I don't know if 16-year-old really hits mainstream sound hard. I could be wrong, but I've seen him on a lot of.
All his collabs are like Famous Dex.
Yeah, like SoundCloud.
Yeah. I guess a question some people might ask when they hear 16 years.
Is he 16?
No. It's who dat?
He is a.
Oh, he's a producer.
Who dat? No, Feet Migos.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
So good of a transition. We didn't even see it coming. God damn. But yes, a great question. Who dat? As ASAP Ferg repetitively says, who dat? Yeah, new song coming from ASAP Ferg. Teasing his newest project coming soon. I'ma just say it. A little letdown. I hated the wow.
That's my favorite part.
Wow. I don't know.
I love that shit.
It wasn't catchy to me. It was very jarring. I wanted more from the I mean, when you hear ASAP Ferg Migos, I want a fucking smash that I'm here playing forever. But it was just kind of alright. Takeoff gives us a nice 5-word bar.
Sounds about right.
Quibbles in there, in and
out.
You
had to take off. You had to get out of there, man. You only had time for 5 words.
And even Ferg, I thought was just kind of like an okay verse. Nothing too crazy. So, I don't know. It wasn't I'm not more hyped for the album. I'm still kind of, hyped for it. But it was just kind of alright to me. I was like, okay, sure.
All
fine.
Right. Well, I'm going to jump in and say the exact opposite.
Yep.
I loved it. I loved the bullshit at the beginning. I was like, damn, this is
expressive. It's not just the beginning. It's
the whole shit. Yeah. Honestly, I was a huge fan of Trap Lord. I thought it was an amazing album. I thought it was really good. And this song got me insanely hyped for whatever's coming out next because I feel like A$AP is going to evolve. And all those ridiculous bullshit sounds were one of the things that got me so hyped because I'm like, man, we're not going to get Trap Lord 2. We're going to get some other next level, I'm on a new level type shit. And, man, I mean, I know I have really ridiculous taste as far as sound goes right now. I'm listening to a lot of bullshit Lil Nissan Jessica, Zach Fox. He has that song that came to the club la la la, and he just goes, he literally screams for 3 bars, and I've never been more hyped. That is my shit right now. I don't know. I'm at a point right now with hip hop, and I do go in and out of liking this and liking other things, but I'm really into expressive sounds in that if you're I don't really care what you're saying so much, but I want you to make a sound that you are passionate about what you're saying, which is why I'm such a fan of X and Slump God, because they're just all over the place making noises, and those noises are so expressive to me more than someone who can express themselves via the words. They're expressing themselves via the sound. And I don't know. I feel like A$AP found a sweet medium spot where he's still doing lyrically great stuff, wonderful ad-libs, but he also mixed in the SoundCloud bullshit. And I was like, Combo Pack City, I'm hyped. But I super understand why people wouldn't like it. Like, I get it. Like, it's ridiculous.
I feel like I just fell in the middle.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, it's okay.
I was like, this might be good. I don't know how I feel. It was like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll weigh on me later.
I think I felt more on the Austin side. I did like the weirdness of A$AP Ferg is really.
He's always been wild.
Being wild or just strange is like always kind of fun, and always like even if it's like I don't know like a normal fucking like trap song, it's always just fun to hear him on it. But I don't know, it might grow on me. It's like I really just like felt at the end of it. I was like, I think I liked it, but I don't know. And I might, I don't know, in a week be like, actually, it's amazing. I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
or I
maybe
might
I'll
be
come
like,
around
oh,
too.
it's still okay. I don't know. I just really just came out like, like.
So
yeah, it's fair. That's cool. We got the full range here.
Yeah. So you literally, whoever's listening has no clue. They're like, should I listen?
Make up your own opinion. You know, we got opinions.
It's definitely it's a polarizing track, so you gotta listen to it and figure out what you think.
Give it a listen.
I end up on a side.
Well, no, that's true. You gotta. I don't know. You gotta figure it out for yourself. Listen to the song, see what you think.
At the end of the day,
maybe
we just got opinions. We're not hip hop experts. We're just fans, listeners, and people that love it.
Are opinions hip hop?
Yes.
Okay.
Opinions are super
they are.
Okay.
Opinions are crazy.
I said that kind of messed up, but I should have said it with no malice. I came at you spicy, but really I wanted to say that with no malice. And speaking of no malice, I'm talking about the rapper, aka
I was like, I'm feeling kind of tired.
aka formerly known as Regular Malice, Full Malice.
Formerly part of
Clips, Pusha T's brother. He has been trying to come back with a new album. He is now a born-again Christian, full Christian rapper. I mean, collaborating with Lecrae.
Real quick.
He got the Lecrae.
He got the Lecrae collab. You know he's Christian
Top
rap
down with
now.
the Jesus music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't listened to any of the Clip stuff, it's really good. It's Pusha T, Malice, and Pharrell.
Pharrell as the Neptunes, so with the boy Chad.
So, together in just like the whole album's them.
Fully iconic mid-2000s music.
Yeah,
it's just
literally the best of that.
The best of that era. Like it's a very iconic album. Please get familiar.
Was it Hell Hath No
Hell
Fury?
Hath No Fury. Still shining.
Very, very great. They're both awesome on it.
Really good.
And now we're Mallet.
Malice says, well, he's found God, and as you can imagine, with a few exceptions, God in rap.
I feel bad saying it. You gotta unfind him.
It can work.
Look at Kendrick.
Kendrick and Chance has proven otherwise. But for a long-spanning tradition, it was not the best because no one wants to be preached to in a hip-hop song.
Also, Malice was like he's used to being like a component, a cog in like a team, right?
And now he is by himself. He doesn't have
his hooks guy Pharrell
on solo runs.
Yeah, he's
squad.
He's missing the other pieces
that help make him great.
Yeah, you can still tell it's like he can rap, right? And he can like sound good on a beat.
Absolutely.
But then when the fucking hook comes in, it's just literally the cheesiest, most garbage thing.
The hook is I'm so woke, so woke, so woke.
Go back to sleep, my guy.
And it's a little dated, and it doesn't sound the best.
Yeah, and you know what the hardest part for me was I was like, man, this is really going to appeal to a lot of old heads. And I go down to the comment section.
If it is.
First comment, and this is my least favorite comment for any song, regardless of if I like it or not. This is real hip-hop, in all caps. And I go, fuck, man.
No.
Stop. I hate that comment.
That's depressing.
This is real
hip-hop. I feel like
this
always shows up if it's somebody who's like not doing like
It's always for conscious rappers that you can understand every syllable. It's always for like the I don't know, little outdated sounding conscious shit. And I mean not always outdated, but like the super conscious shit where we're talking about issues.
Yeah, and I felt like
that's the only hip hop that is hip hop.
Like the video,
it's Joe Budden
a little
thinking
too purposely shock conscious rap. I don't know. He's like rapping in in the forest and a bunch of hanging
bodies behind him.
And I'm like, this is
real hip hop.
dude, it's like, dude, you're so woke. Look at the shit going on. I'm like, all right, dude, this.
We know.
There's like a, I don't know, like a subtlety to acknowledging things.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're in the dark times where you could be so is bad.
Right.
You have to just speak your mind, but this is like, I feel almost, it's like there is like too on the nose,
right,
and too forward about like it's like too much, right? At the same time, there needs to be more specific, right? And yeah, it just ended up being like it's just very pretentious and like
it's very preachy, very on the nose, dated sounding chorus. I mean,
he still can rap.
Like you said, he definitely
good.
can rap. He's got bars. He sounds great, but oof. I don't know.
Sounds more like Pusha T than before.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I was like, has Malice always sounded just like his brother?
I don't know what's going on between them, but I assume he would be signed to good music if his brother runs it. So,
well,
I don't know, like,
he's got to be good first.
At first, he was like, they're done. I'm doing my own thing. I love God. But now that his career hasn't launched as much as Pusha T.
Sorry, folks, I love God.
All of a sudden, he's been saying, hey, I'm kind of open to, reuniting with Pusha and doing clips, and we would body these rappers.
Also Pusha, like, fucking runs a label.
Yeah.
Like, runs Kanye's label.
But I don't know what the status of their relationship is. You know what I mean?
They're brothers.
That's true.
They fight. They make up.
That's fair.
True.
That's actually really nice. I like that.
Is Pharrell gonna come back too? Because that's very key.
Pharrell will fucking do anything.
That's true.
It's like,
he's fine.
Hey.
After Happy, and he'll do
He's
whatever.
like, I'm not working on Despicable Me 4.
I don't know, Target commercial.
I'll come in.
Dude, Despicable Me 3's coming out. Do you think he's gonna have a good song?
Already did.
It's gonna be
Oh,
the
it came
song.
out?
Despicable Me
It's
is
out,
come and
brother.
gone.
Is there a song?
Yeah.
Wait, it's the fourth
Is
one.
it Pharrell the song?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I forget. All that level Pharrell is.
It's no Happy.
Yeah, that's true. Happy's the
This one's
catchiest
called
one.
Sad.
Yeah, it's called. But anyways, let's get into some album reviews. It's album review time.
We got two album reviews today.
Review. Two of them. Let's start off first.
Two big ones. Everyone's been asking.
Everyone's
The two big ones.
The two biggest.
You all know. You know what's coming. You've been waiting. It's on everyone's radar screen.
Dude, I can't get away from it. I don't know why we're giving our opinions.
Too many people are talking about it. Everyone knows. Everyone knows the
Yeah.
details on this album.
On both.
Yeah, on both. One of them's definitely more hyped than the other.
But like barely.
Yeah, by a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the other
hate to
one's a
disagree
little
with
bit
you,
more
but I
poppin'.
very much disagree.
You're the only
Not
one that's
one
not
person.
in the loop on the second one.
You're like one of the only people. I've
I
never
saw
heard of this
one or
guy.
two. No,
Pitchfork
I'm not
cover
saying,
stories, everyone's talking about.
No, I'm just like it's not cover. It was like there.
The cover story.
People are
you got a
talking
full
about it, I
feature.
feel
No, people are. No, I'm saying it's bigger. I know it's bigger.
Let's tell them what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's get into
Well, I'm not saying it's that big. It's not like people really like that big of a thing.
This is my number one album I was looking forward to this month.
I know this is but that's like what you like.
I know,
I'm
but I
not
feel like
saying
there's
in
a lot of
general.
people who are huge Lil Peep fans.
There
I'm
are.
gonna say it.
Yeah,
But sorry, who's the rival to Lil Peep?
We have Milo and Lil Peep. We're gonna start off with Milo's new album.
First off, not rivals. They're not
they're
rivals.
not rivals.
I take that
They're
back.
completely
rivals.
different genres, different music. It's whatever.
I'm pretty sure both of them have not listened to each
None
other.
of them are
I've
probably
never heard of
aware of
each other.
either's
Yeah,
existence.
probably.
But whatchamacallit, we're gonna start off with Milo's album. Who Told You to Think? Who fucking told you to think?
Milo.
The Roots,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
and then Milo did it.
Touche. But let's start into this Milo review.
I guess I'm giving a little background on Milo.
Please,
Is a good idea.
critical.
You're
So-
best friends with him on Facebook,
Yeah, we're
so
best.
please
We literally,
regale.
yeah, we can't. We hang out all the time. me and Rory.
Yeah, see, dropping the government name and everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I guess the backstory.
But yeah, he's like I guess he's technically Maine-based rapper originally, and then he kind of moved around Boston, and then LA for a bit for Hellfire Club, which is like this group of like very kind of like nerdy, weird or left.
Open Mike Eagle,
left
No
field
Can
rappers,
Do.
No Can Do, Bus Driver, The Cleaners, Burbs. Then that fell apart in a weird business thing that I don't understand completely and perhaps we'll never know.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, fuck this, I'm out, LA, I can't do this. And he went out into like, I think
Yeah, what was like the middle of
Kenosha.
nowhere
Yeah, I think
area
it's
you went to?
I think he's in Michigan or Washington, Kenosha, Wisconsin. He's in Wisconsin now. And he started his own little label, Ruby Yacht, with some buds of his, and he's just kind of he's just like paved his own little path, and he's doing his own thing now. He's a dad, and he's just like he's just like I guess he's like rap's AP student is like the best thing.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Like,
I like it.
He's
That's
like,
a great description.
Yeah, he went as a philosophy major at a school. And he definitely was very much inspired by his contemporaries, Open Mic and Bus Driver and stuff. But then he has kind of paved his own way at this point.
He's definitely found his own sound.
And he's just been around for a while, and he's been building slow momentum and getting weird little praises left and right from like either Rolling Stone naming him as one of the most anticipated albums. Yeah, that was really weird.
That's wild.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know what's going on, Rolling Stone. Like. But also, just like initially when he first came out, he got like Neil dropped praise on his first mixtape, and EP. Mm-hmm. Ooh, what's going on?
Mr. Cat's meowing in the background there.
Oh.
For the listeners at home.
Either way, he's come out with his technically third album as Milo, because he's other names, Scallops Hotel, and then like there's like mixtapes and EPs beforehand, but this is his third. His reinvention as Ruby Yacht is the whole new mantra of like he's like he knows he's never gonna be big. Right. Like he's very aware and he's very happy in the place and confident in the place he's in. And I think that shows off very much so in this album. Yeah,
this album is very much like he's figured out what he wants to do. He's been the most focused I've ever seen him, and he just came in with a really solid project that I like a lot. I think he's perfectly like found a nice little niche that's perfect for him, where it's just this beautiful like spoken word-esque raps over, essentially like very lo-fi beats sound. They sound like the lo-fi hip-hop beats without the vinyl filter.
Yeah.
A lot of piano samples, piano loops, but the production sounds great. The bars are incredible. I think this production and this like level of focus has probably given me like the biggest opportunity to really appreciate how poetic his lyrics are. There's been like so many quotables that really hit me on a deeper level that I was just like, wow, this is like really good stuff. And I think this like spoken word style is like he's really like perfected it in terms of like spoken word
and also
rapping.
Switching up the way he's doing the spoken word.
Yeah,
because he'll not just do like normal like
right.
He'll switch it up and he's tried different like little noises. He goes into like a little falsetto at some point. Some songs. I think sonically definitely is his most varied and like focused. And also just thematically, like you get like in many ways I feel like this album looks like analyzing it just because there's so much, just because he's so literary as like a person and like the way he thinks. It functions as like it starts with James Baldwin saying, "Hey, what's the role of a poet in society, especially in like times that are troublesome like now?" Right. Like, but it's not like what forces a poet to become a poet? Like, what's their role in society? And then like the whole album kind of is like him establishing like, hey, this is what I think. Like, not like all rappers, but like I feel like there should be like a sect of people who are like me,
right?
And that we need people like to have a voice in these times of like. This is really bad.
This crazy
guys.
Trump United States we're in.
I think partly what I like so much about it is that it's not like I thought it could just like something like this would come out really depressing and kind of like, oh no, but he's very confident. He's not scared, but I think he says he's not scared. He's bored.
Yeah. Which
I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
I love that.
And you can see that but like he's saying like the rapper's like the modern poet, which is obvious.
Yeah.
But like you to pick like the first song's poet, the last one's rapper, and then the poet it's him and James Baldwin, the last one's him and Bus Driver, and I don't know, the whole thing's just him defining who he is, who he thinks like rappers like what he wants to see happen, and just confronting like life in general as like being like a very it's like boring. There's a lot of banality and like just tough like nothingness almost in life that I think is just like a really interesting thing, while also acknowledging like the pain and suffering that happens. And saying like he like flourished in the lag time, which
Right.
is like a lyric he uses. Like he was saying like when like suffering was normalized, and
damn.
He says that like multiple times,
right?
And like at the end of one of his songs, and the fact that like I don't know, just like flourishing and like this time, a lag time is like I don't know, like a slow time or like a time in between,
and almost like a period of stasis because you can't
stasis,
do anything.
Yeah,
in the
it's a lag
time.
time, but like he's like I'm gonna fucking come out here and I'm gonna flourish,
right?
During this like this horrible like little pocket of time right now. And yeah, it's just like I think he's also just like I recommend others to follow suit.
And I think one of the biggest things, is like as you said, with flourishing and confidence, and I think I really like how confident he is on, and I think that's what really brought out some of the lyricism to me, because there's a lot of times before he's always been making nerdy references.
Yeah, he's mumbling.
But this is probably the with him being confident, this is probably the most time I've heard him say nerdy things and make it sound like cool and interesting. Like there's the line, I wish I had taken the time to memorize it, but there's the line where he's like, I'm wearing the double-breasted Falcon Hawk something like tunic, which is essentially just some fucking like Winterfell fall spring looking ass outfit. But it's super nerdy sounding, but it sounds sick, like the way he says it and the way he presents
he's
it.
Very much unafraid to reference multiple, also just like a really wacky vocabulary.
Right.
It's like
I feel like Arthur Miller when the Crucible dropped, like stuff like that, like just clear like nerdy literary lines that just sound great. And then there's also just some poetic lines that I was able to appreciate.
Godspeed You Black Emperor. I thought that was a really clever twist on the band. But also it's like I'm the Black Emperor now, and I was like, wow, that's such a cool name that you just turned like a famous like underground album into.
But yeah, he has a couple lines that make me appreciate poetry. Like there was the line where he was like, rappers talking like parrots, like speaking in stages, like the words don't belong to you, just mimics. And I was like, wow. That is what parrots do. Like they don't know the words they're saying, they're just mimicking sounds. And I was like, it's crazy. Like he could have just said like rappers don't really rap what they talk about, but like instead was just like parrots mimicking. I was like, wow, that's a really deep way to put that. But I was like, holy shit.
I think it was like the song where the guy raps about the drawer. Ornette's Swan Song, something like that. On that one, he there's one that stuck with me when he said like a zebra's gonna be in a zoo, and that will make the news, and like your captivity won't make the news. Like if something's like normalized, like it's not gonna be on the news because that's what's expected.
Right.
I quoted that wrong, but that's basically if what's expected is not gonna be in the news.
Right.
So like you have to like things like this cannot be like the death of like black people from cops
can't be normalized.
If it's normalized, it'll stop making the news. People stop caring, and you cannot let that happen.
Right.
And just like it's a scary thought, but like the fact that he brings it up with such confidence, like, dude, this is what's happening. Like, it's not. I don't know. It's just like I'm glad it's not. I thought he was gonna be just bummed, like from before, and I'm glad he's not.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he's found confidence and strength. I guess I almost necessarily because he has a son, probably, or daughter. I don't remember, and married now.
He's feeling a little bit more positive.
Yeah,
he's our age, right? He's like 24.
I think he's like a year or two older.
Okay.
He's like 25, 26. But yeah, I'm so glad that I'm excited as a fan, and hopefully I know he's like never gonna blow up. Like, but
yeah, he's always probably gonna be in his niche and just have a cult following.
I hope he can flourish in it and like function perhaps as a nice little voice, and maybe he can inspire others too. I don't know. Who knows?
We'll see. I'm very happy for him. Can't wait to see what happens with this tour. Maybe see him live. But
I know you
killing it.
You listen like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Any other preliminary thoughts?
I'm really curious because it's just like
I'm ready.
It's very different from what you typically listen to.
Yeah. No, I wanted to let you guys speak because you had the most experience with it. I listened to like about half of it a little while ago. But out of all the things I was listening to this week off the playlist, this is the first thing I'm probably gonna play again. Nice. I really liked it. First off, one thing I wanted to point out, and I feel like this is always something it's a major statement as a rapper to be on Bandcamp. Like, that's my first thing. As like someone who's like a social media head, he's on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
He's killing it on Bandcamp. I saw his supporter badges under the album were going off. Like, he had so many people buy this album and support it. And like, I think within his lane, he's going to be an absolute dominator. And I think Bandcamp rap is like a different sound. For example, I found a lot of artists I really enjoy out of Bandcamp, but they're not SoundCloud style. They're not mainstream style. It's a different thing.
That's true.
Which is so interesting because I have experience, at least with Bandcamp rap, as there's a rapper named Kool Pete, who I think is amazing, who's very similar in the sense that I feel like a lot of rappers on Bandcamp are poetic. They're all about poetry and then hip-hop, and then like they have a lot of the time this like lo-fi without the vinyl record sample, sometimes with the vinyl record sample.
Sometimes with
sound. And Kool Pete was, I thought, very comparable to this, but I thought this was significantly more eloquent, had a lot of points to be made in the small amount of time I listened to it, and it was unique and surprised me. And as someone who I'm realizing recently, I really like just being shocked and surprised. For example, when A$AP Ferg goes nuts on that song, just does wild shit. When you can surprise me and just like get me something I haven't expected, I'm pumped. I thought it was great.
Yeah, especially, I guess, like, also, like, one of the things that it's like this referencing, a lot of times, you can reference, like, Nabokov and, like, a bunch of, like highfalutin, like, philosophers, but at the same time, they'll reference, like, Winterfell.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking Fargo. And, like, the fucking, or Diablo, like, characters.
Like, I like, too, that he referenced the back on my bullshit meme, but had to throw in, of course, on my black Bukowski bullshit. It's not just back on my bullshit.
Damn.
Poor Smilo, but no, shouts out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to this one again tomorrow. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to hear his other work, 'cause this is my first introduction to him.
Yeah, he's...
There's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's,
plenty.
I'm pumped.
He, like, makes his Hunter references... I think, like, often, I'll pick something from, like, the last album that I remember. Like,
So the Flies Don't Come?
Yeah. When he talked about, was it Darian Hunt? And, you know, like, the dude who he was, like, when it was the black dude who got killed but he's at an anime convention.
That sucks.
But
I didn't hear about that, sadly.
He was dressed up as, like the Samurai Champloo character, like an anime character named Mugen. And in the song, he, like, brings it up, and he's like, dude, I love Mugen, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's so crazy. Like, it's like, I didn't even think of it that way. It's like, dude, I love Mugen. Like, he's a great character. He's just so crazy. You know?
Damn.
He's dressed up as, like, a thing he loves.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm like, damn, I never thought of it that way.
That one really hit me too, because there's
it's massive.
To get real on y'all. There's a moment, there's like a time in your life when you're black and you're nerdy that really kind of separates you from the pack. You kind of feel like you don't fit in with black people, and then you hang out with white people, but there's all these microaggressions and everything with that, so you don't feel like you fit in with them. But there's this really definitive point where everyone's been kind of telling you you're not that black, you're not into this certain thing. And so when things like that happen, like when I get racially profiled by the police, it reminds you, nope, like, it doesn't matter that I'm doing well in school, I'm into anime and RPGs, like, I'm not safe. Like, it doesn't separate that in a racist mind. So it really, like, fucks with you and really learns, like, no, I'm still black, I just like these things, and, like, the people are still gonna look at me a certain way. So that line really hit me. It's a really classic line.
Jesus, yeah. No, it's well put.
But it's, like, so specific and, like, nerdy that it's, like, relatable.
Yeah. Hyper specific in the best way.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a lot of times an area he navigates.
Yeah.
Within that, like, he also just, like, the daily life of, like, just average things. I remember one of his favorite songs from Open Mike Eagle is, like, is called Dishes. And it's a song about Open Mike Eagle just rapping about washing dishes. And, like, the thoughts that come to his head while he's washing dishes, being like, is this hip-hop rapping about this? And I think that's, like, kind of a way, like, part of his, like, mantra. Just kind of like the, you know, the daily, the life, mundanity. along with, like, seeing where you exist in it, and also as, like, a person of color, like, where does that fall in, like, with all the, you know, the troubling times we're in.
And then,
yeah.
To launch off to another quotable that's very similar to the Mugen line, but that's on this project, he has a line that really stuck out to me where he was like, and I don't like scary niggas, so I haven't been around the way. And I liked that one because it was really affirming to hear, like, a black rapper be like, I'm not tough. Like, I'm not in the hood. Like, that's not me.
Sick.
That's not my life. Like, I'm not around that. So that was really like another like classic that spoke to me.
And that
like
personally. I think it's like where I'm from. Like, you're either a poet or a farmer.
Yeah,
like, that's a crazy line to hear in a hip hop album.
Wow, man, yeah.
I'm pumped to listen to this again.
Yeah, just like saying stuff like that, you're like, wow, this guy is definitely like, he's not afraid to say like anything. Honestly, where he's from and his experiences.
That's amazing.
Like, and that's why I love the confidence in like
the fact
really solidified in who he is
the
right
fact
now.
that he's very before he'd be kind of like mumbling, kind of like sad
he's
about
like, oh, I'm a
things,
nerd. I don't know how I fit into this rap shit.
Yeah, like, and now he's just like, I'm fucking weird, and I like these things. These are the problems. This is what I fucking want.
Sick.
Here we go. And like, I was like, let's start with James Baldwin.
Let's just get right into it.
Someone needed to.
Yeah.
So, and also like, I want people to like, it's not. I just want more people to be talking about stuff like me.
Right.
And it's like, I just feel like that there's need a call out for that.
Right.
And then also just like, it just makes interest. It's just like that always that argument about like it's like, why do you ask your favorite rapper about their business acumen? Like, why did we ask them about that?
Yeah.
Like, aren't we making?
Why are they always babbling about their brand or something like that? Like we asked them.
Like we asked them, and it's just like
wow.
And you think about that, and you're like, damn, it's like you on one end you think, well, it's like you have to do that with whatever you do. Right. But and then on the other end, like he's just like, yeah, why?
Yeah. He's like, but you don't though. And you're like,
yeah. It's like it's like I don't.
Because I remember hearing that, and I did hear that on the first listen, and I was kind of like, all right, that's a little backpacky. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, you're not happy with how other rappers do their thing, but you don't have to like talk down to them. But then I was kind of like, no, like, why am I so set in stone that like they do have to do that? And I was like, they don't. And then
like, it's not saying like why. He's just asking why. Yeah. Right. He's just like, why always?
Throwing out the question.
Yeah, like, why do we always have to do that? Like, we asked them. Yeah. Now, I don't necessarily, maybe he doesn't like, he definitely doesn't like it, but, like, the fact that I think he purposely put it in a question, I think, probably.
To make you think about it,
Yeah, make you think about it, rather than being like, hey, they're dumb, and whatever for doing it. And I think he gets why at the same time, but he's just, like, asking questions, which he does a lot. You know what, yeah, I thought there was a lot to... I thought he's just like a very... he's a lot of layers and a lot of thought and into every line and the way this was structured. Yeah. And I feel like we've only like scratched the surface of some of the stuff we talked about. Yeah,
very excited for what he can do.
A lot of wacky, like crazy, like philosophical ideas, like either with like mundanity of life, but also like I don't know, just like his very fresh perspective. Because he'll take like older stuff and then like modernize it so like I can get it. Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, it's like also put in the context. It's like, oh, now in America, like as a person of color, like this is what it means to me. Right. Which is like interesting. Yeah.
So, damn. Well, let's definitely give it a listen.
Yeah, everyone give it a listen. We can do our final thoughts, but I have a feeling we kind of pretty much get the gist of what there's going to be.
Yeah, it's a pretty positive
reminder for all the people out there what the rating system is. We have But Kool, and Mondo Kool as our rating system. So, Enrique, you want to kick it off on what you're going to give it?
I'd give it, like, I'm always a little hesitant to give, like, super like, good review, but I do. It's, like, it's something I will listen to a lot just because, like, either when I'm, like, walking around and stuff, just so I can think about things. Just because, you know, we live in such, you know, Nazi
shitty times
that, like, it feels a little nice to listen to, like, somebody talk about it in a way that's not, like, bumming me out. Right. They're being, like, bring me confidence as opposed to being like, yeah, it's shitty.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Just being realistic.
Yeah.
Mark?
Mondo Kool, yeah.
So giving it a Mondo Kool, I'm just gonna.
Your first Mondo Kool, you think?
Yeah, that's your first.
First Mondo Kool for Milo.
I'm tossing out another one. I'm gonna give out a Mondo Kool for this. Whoa! I love it. Quotables, amazing concept album, beautiful, just so much going on. I love the production. I love so much about this album. Definitely gonna revisit it. So. Mondo Kool for me, man. I can't say anything less.
Damn.
I don't know if you have to rate it yet.
No, I got this. Ready? I got this. Here's my rating. I'm going to give it a Kool with 3 commas because I got more. But after the 3 commas, it's 3 exclamation points. Ooh. Because I'm hyped. It was really good. And it starts with an exclamation point, too, because the first part, damn, I'm in. I really like it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out for a really positive review. I feel like last week we've been hating on
There's been some curmudgeon-y reviews for the past one, but now we're finally.
But I think it's cool because it's deserved.
I'm glad it's deserved, and it's also somebody who deserves a shout out.
Yeah,
shout outs, Milo.
Milo,
we love you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you're watching,
we know you're watching, Milo.
We know you're in the audience.
Rory, I love you.
I could literally just send this.
Just
you put it on that Facebook.
Yeah,
dude's talented.
That'd be funny.
Definitely put it on the Facebook.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, so
can I talk about just walking in them randomly here?
Did you?
What? Oh wait, yeah, I think you did.
I messaged.
I think you did.
Yeah, I was just at. I was walking.
That college?
No, it wasn't college. It was outside the Museum of Modern Art in Little Tokyo, and I didn't even know this. I think I got a notification. I just forgot, but it was like a free concert. With that was sponsored by the Museum of Modern Art.
Cool.
And I was just walking around and I saw, it's like, oh, they're making music over there? And I walked over. I was like,
that sounds like you.
And then there was there's somebody like checking noises with like an SP, and I was like, oh, what's going on over here? And I was like, oh, it's my.
Oh, is that Milo?
Oh, weird. I was like, what are the? Oh, this is crazy. I was also with two people who didn't know. He's like, guys.
It's a guy. He's famous.
He's not famous, but
he's really cool.
He's
the guy.
He's a rapper.
For those of you who don't know, Enrique only meets celebrities in complete ambivalent, nonchalant ways.
I didn't meet him. I said him.
Well,
interact.
A sound check. Yeah, interact.
Yeah, I think I interacted slightly with him before, and then we are friends on Facebook. And
my favorite celebrity interaction with you is probably 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is pretty great.
Now you gotta go for that really quick.
Were we in Austin?
Tell it. Yeah, we were in Austin. We
just
arrived.
Tell the people.
Yeah, I can tell it.
Yeah.
We arrive and we're walking around whatever the name of the Austin airport is.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
I'm sure you all know it.
And it was right. We were going to South by Southwest. It was like 2 days before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Mark were just like ecstatic to be in Austin.
Pumped.
Me for the second time, and Mark as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, damn, this is so hype. Whoa, Austin Airport.
Woo,
whoa, this is crazy.
We're at it.
Whoa. And
we out here. Gang,
and
gang.
then to my left, I see a dude walk past, and like their fucking their ticket fell for playing. So I'm like, oh fuck,
This is a movie.
I gotta give this dude.
Unreal.
I have to give this dude this ticket back. And he was like, he was
very tall.
Very tall.
Tall black man.
He was wearing like a Matrix coat.
Damn right, I believe it.
Decked out.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I grabbed my thing.
Sir.
And I look over. I'm like, hey man, you dropped your ticket. And he looked over at me, and I didn't even. I was just like, he was like, thanks man. And he grabs it and he walks away. And I'm like,
and Enrique comes back to me and I'm stunned. By the way, I'm just like,
and then Mark's like, that was 2 Chainz. I was like, what? I was like, he's that tall? I was like, I didn't know 2 Chainz was 7 feet.
I knew he was tall.
Former basketball player,
he's like
man.
7 feet tall.
He was a basketball player.
He's so tall. Dude, I like my whole neck craned up when I gave it to him.
It's like that old commercial with the football player throwing that kid.
Oh yeah, and you're like,
hey kid,
catch me that ball. And you're like,
sir. You had like that moment with 2 Chainz.
And then I heard as soon as Mark says 2 Chainz, I like played back the voice and I was like, oh fuck, thanks man. And I was like, whoa.
Well, you like realized it was 2 Chainz.
Champagne
Champagne on the airplane.
Probably was drinking champagne on the airplane.
Oh man.
I hope he was.
And then he was leaving though, which is weird.
Yeah,
so
he was leaving South by. Like South by's about to begin and he's out of there.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's some family emergency. Busy. I don't know.
Busy.
I don't know 2 Chainz.
He's got to go do a
also
feature.
by himself. Weirdly.
Yeah. No posse, nothing.
Yeah.
2
Maybe
Chainz,
he's walking to the posse.
no friends.
Maybe.
Yeah. No friends.
2 Chainz, no buddies. That's all right though.
Well, anyway, it's gonna be tough now because we really went in on that Milo album.
And
but we got one more review in the
last
pocket
review
here.
of the night.
Lil Peep dropped his debut album, "Come Over When You're Sober."
Well,
part
is it a
one.
drop? Yeah, because it's part one, and I was really
I've never
concerned.
seen this done before.
I haven't seen
this is
done.
crazy.
And
Part one.
So when I heard he was doing a 2-part album, I was like, 1, pumped, 2, terrified, because a 2-parter. Is it an album?
I mean, well, that's one of the things I'm frustrated about.
And
so this is what scares me, is I'm afraid that this Lil Peep album that's in 2 parts is fucking brilliant, using the term self-handicapping in the sense that if he comes out with an absolute piece of shit, he goes, oh, that wasn't the album. That was a mixtape project. Gotcha.
Right.
Well, it's part 1.
Right. So here's the other thing, is by doing a 2-part thing, 1, he gets to say, like, oh, well, it's a 2-part project. It's not an album. But by putting out 1 part and then 2 parts, he's getting double hype off of 1 album. It's gonna be listened to a lot more. In a world of you need to have your album tweeted out and hyped constantly, he gets to do that twice with 1 release, and that's brilliant. I'm a huge fan of someone who can come through and be like, hey, I see how everything works. I'm gonna do the different thing and make it my own, and it's gonna be good and fun. And Lil Peep new album, I'm hyped. I liked it a lot. I'm hoping for more on part 2 because I was a little underwhelmed by the second half of the album. The first half got me off the shits going crazy. I was listening to it with a group of people on Discord, and there's the one song where it slows down, but doesn't slow down in traditional SoundCloud.
Like you said, and then it has that transition into the second part.
Pitch shifts go down, and then it just goes full on off the shits. I have not heard that transition yet, and I was hyped. That was revolutionary and exciting. But the second half of the album wasn't too hyped. I liked the 2 of the songs already came out. Ben's Truck and the other one with the different album. The different album.
Oh no, Mr.
Sunshine, Brightside, yeah.
The Brightside.
The Brightside, yeah.
Not to be confused with the
So those both already came out. So I was like, okay, well we got one of these albums where I've already heard most of the music. So the first half of the album got me hyped. Second half, I'm hoping is the middle of a 2-part album because I want the finale to be really good. I love Lil Peep. Album got me hyped.
So if I didn't know, because I listen to the album, I know who Lil Peep is now.
Yeah.
But also I think I listen to the mixtape as well. But I think you should give why.
What's so interesting, different about him? Do you want to take it? Do you want me to take it? What do you think?
I think we can collab on this one. I'll start. You can jump in.
I'll give you the basic
you go first.
description of it. Lil Peep, whether he'll fully accept this or claim this, but it is goth rap. This is as close as you're gonna get to a full on 50-50 combination of your typical emo band and hip hop.
I'll say also I was talking with Ryan while we were listening. He mentioned grunge, which I would say
Sure.
I would say grunge more so than
emo,
pop punk emo type stuff. Especially I don't know, a little slower, kind of those. He sounded like Kurt, especially the last song.
He references Cobain constantly.
Yeah, he sounds like Cobain,
constantly.
Which is
but this is
founder of grunge.
Yeah. This is straight up grungy guitars with 808s in the background. This is straight up. That's what it is.
Just imagine a grunge song that just has 808s.
But
that is full on what you're getting here.
It's so interesting to me because I feel like Peep is an artist that is pushing boundaries and that he's just straight up combining genres in a way that I have not heard. For example, I consider him hip hop, but if you look at his first tag on on SoundCloud, which is a critical tag, a lot of people put jokes there. He puts alternative rock on everything he's put out. Nice. And I mean, it's been said in lines before with Lil Tracy and him where they're like, don't call me hip hop. I'm not
that's what I thought too. When I listened to it, I was like, this is just literally just happens just because it has 808s. I don't think it should be.
So
right.
I think that's just such a limiting weird thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think
but there is a flow. The only reason why I'm still not just discrediting it is it's rock with 808s because there's some rap. There's bars and there's classic things that rappers say you don't like me because I'm in my Benz truck. I came up, now you're acting different. There's still hip hop influence in there a little.
I feel like I'm so exactly on that page because I feel like hip hop now being the world's most popular, or at least America, I don't know about the world, but it's the most popular genre right now. Correct. I feel like it's insane because he is doing this weird thing where he is making alternative punk shit, but he's taking all the elements that are the word bank. We're in an era of there's a hip hop word bank. You say Ben's truck, you say a bunch of just damn son, where'd you find this? Real trap shit, all that stuff. He takes all the elements of hip hop and throws them into a different genre.
Right.
And by doing so has created this weird which genre are we in? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't think it does. I mean, Tyler the Creator in 2011 was saying stop putting music in a fucking box.
Sure.
And that when I heard that, I couldn't agree more. And I think putting Lil Peep in a genre box is doing him a disservice because he is doing his own thing, and that's what I'm so excited about.
Okay.
Cool. Well, jumping off what you're saying there is I think you're absolutely right in terms of not putting it into a box and what he is doing with music. But I think comparing this to Hellboy, I don't.
Different.
these songs felt very much the same. Like other than You Said, which has the really iconic beat change up. A lot of the songs just kind of blended into another one for me. I was just kind of like, yep, this is what I expect from a Lil Peep song. I was like, this is what I thought it was going to be. This is what the next track is going to be. And so I was kind of getting into this just like, oh, these songs kind of sound the same. Yeah. And so I was like, and then, I was also frustrated. I'm getting frustrated with these debuts only being 23 minutes.
I agree.
Like,
that's fucking annoying.
If you're going to throw out your fucking, this is my debut for the world to see, I think it should be a little longer than an episode of Bordeaux, but, do what you want to do.
I don't know. I feel like
I love Bordeaux specifically.
Yeah, I wanted to shout
also,
out
like,
Bordeaux.
You're watching Bordeaux. Like,
Yeah.
You're not.
No, I'm very behind. My Hero Academia. Something. Shouts out good anime. But yeah, I'm just 23 minutes, the same exact runtime as Ugly God's Booty Tape.
But it's part 1.
I know.
Which is so weird, and I don't know how I stand on that.
I mean, the weirdest thing while listening to this part 1 to me was that it sounded just like One Piece.
God damn it. The memes are too strong. Enrique, what are your actual thoughts? As coming in from someone who's probably the least invested in Lil Peep's career, what do you think?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Just to clear up earlier, I just think Lil Peep's big, but not. I think I just some. I wouldn't be the world wasn't exploding because Lil Peep. It was just,
but I feel
it was there was articles and stuff, and
people
I saw
know
Fader.
who he is. Though.
Yeah, people know.
Nobody knows. I mean, I don't know anybody who knows Milo. I could be wrong.
Maybe outside
and that's not hate.
Group.
I think he's good.
No, I understand, but Lil Peep. I do just he is more popular. In the sense of
people knowing who he is.
Yeah, that's the definition.
I mean, putting it in basic terms, Lil Peep is probably gonna get a bigger venue than Milo.
No, for sure. No, yeah, that's not what I mean. I just meant the fact that he's not that big.
That's true. In the grand scheme of hip-hop,
that's what I meant.
Totally.
That's all I meant. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge amount of people are clamoring for. It's not
Touché.
the I'm gonna see everyone tweeting out I'm listening to the new Lil Peep album.
True.
He's just an up and coming dude.
Yeah.
He's that people are excited about, and that was it. Either way.
Oh no, totally.
I wasn't comparing them stupid.
I agree. I don't think they need to be compared. Yeah.
That's such a goofy thing.
Putting rappers head to head
putting they're so different.
Yeah, they're different things.
So different.
Either way, as a person who does occasionally look a little grunge, a little emo. And I like hip hop too.
Mm-hmm. You're everywhere.
I am just left kind. Yeah. I'm left a little just kind of there's a lot of aspects I think are interesting and cool. I like the genre blending. I do agree that having this sound is interesting. I remember that first track off of Hellboy. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, this is really cool. I've never heard this song. This is so exciting. And I just feel dude, you just gotta switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
it feels like you almost have a formula, and I'm I can't. It's a problem that I can get it like this.
Yeah,
I want to jump in.
Yeah, go for it.
And that's why I felt with Hellboy. That's why I liked it a lot more. As I just felt there's a lot more going on here. There was just different sounds, and he explored this genre he was creating more. I thought. Where this one, it was very much just I have a formula of what I'm going to do, and it made every song seem really similar.
There was one song I actually liked, and I would go back. Mm-hmm. It was I think the last one I think I liked. I don't know. He said some cool lines.
Is that the Problems one?
Yeah. I think it's the one with the problem with the devil.
Yeah.
And I thought it was these are some sick lines.
That one was a good one.
I thought that was this is just really. I get the appeal of some of these songs. Maybe if I sat and listened to him a little more, I get it. But sometimes I just feel he's the tone of his voice and the way he said things was just a little too the same.
Yeah.
To me the whole time.
That's how I felt about this.
And I also felt occasionally, at least to me, it felt he would go through an emo handbook of certain things to say.
Yeah.
And I just I just want him to be tell me something else about you.
This was what I was worried about going in. I was this is just gonna be he just broke up with Tupor. It's gonna be all about breaking up.
That's what I wanted.
And I was but he's not gonna go too deep into because he's not open about what's going on with him and Tupor. So it wasn't we're gonna get an in-depth analysis on what happened in their relationship. It was just gonna be generic. We're not together anymore. It sucks. I miss you, but I hate you. And
yeah, I guess
That's just like the generic emo stuff.
So I just like, to me, for me to be attached to like the things he's saying, I felt like if I had some sort of specificity about it, I would be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on, rather than just like, this is like a lot of other songs I've heard, but except for like the trap beats and stuff, which are interesting, but like I've heard 2 songs that sound the same so far, and yeah, I just like ended up being like, wow, I feel like maybe there's definitely like a potential in this sound and this style, and maybe he might next part we'll listen to what people say about this part, and maybe that's not what his fans want, because you're clearly a bigger fan than me. I
think there's like a pressure for these young guys to put out projects. I mean, I'm obviously the one perpetrating it and be like, well, all right, let's see it. Where's the debut at? So I feel like maybe there was just like, he had a lot going on and he just had to put out this project, and it was just a little more rushed than say Hellboy was. But, you know, I'm not just, this isn't like I'm out of the Lil Peep hype, but it's definitely
like as a person who's casually listened to Hellboy, like not like I just tapped in and I was like, oh, this is interesting, but I didn't really go back. Mm-hmm. I thought like Hellboy sonically to me was more interesting throughout. Like it kept my attention. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Like every once in a while, ooh, yeah. And I just like this time I wasn't as much, and I don't know whether or not that's. I don't know. I'm not the person he's going for. So
fair enough.
So I want to hear Austin's
opinion. Let's hear it. Defend your boy.
Yeah, I've been waiting, just listening. Yeah. I've just been listening.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just like this is my man.
I know you love him.
Hellboy was my album of the year last year by far, like light years ahead. I don't know. As a complaining white boy, this is an album for me. Like this is me in hip hop. Like it's interesting. Like I don't know, and it's not hip hop, and like I'm not hip hop really at the end of the day, and like. It's just it was exciting to see this album come out, because I hear what you're saying. Like I think Hellboy's still better so far. Mm-hmm. We got part 2 coming, but I feel like this album was really sick. I liked it a lot. It was good, but I think he did hear what his brand is. He heard what people liked about him, and then he stopped breaking out of the box. Mm-hmm. That is what I liked about him. Is like. He had some really amazing songs on Hellboy, and he has that one song with that one guy who just sounds like I've never heard a feature. It's like, oh, dude, I'm not even gonna do it. But there's that guy.
Which one? On this project or the?
A coke in my nose and my dick all in her butt. That one. Anyway, Red Drop Shorty song. He has like the weirdest feature I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. He really pushed limits on Hellboy and made a lot of really cool moves that were like new and exciting. And on this album, I feel like he was like, hey, here's my brand and I'm just going to give you that. He didn't try anything outside of what people like about him, which was a bummer. I'm hoping part 2 has more hot takes on good things and it's like hyper than this. But I love complainy relationship albums because like heartbreak is real and it's nice to have it expressed in like some form of hip hop.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was pumped. I mean, not that hip hop doesn't talk about it, but not in the like I'm a complainy ass white boy
it's very like
style.
Ego based and just like fuck that. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. I was really into it. I went nuts over it. Like I was losing my mind. Like I remember when the transition.
That transition
changed,
is hype.
I literally just like yelled, "You can't do that!" Because I haven't heard it before. I was like, "That's fucking awesome!" And that's what I want to hear from Lil Peep is himself being like, "Yeah, I'm making this, and then I'm gonna add this extra layer of like real goodness." And this album felt really safe so far. But by being safe, it was good. It wasn't Mondo Kool, but it was cool.
Giving it a cool. Is that gonna be your official?
I'm gonna give it a Koo with a dash because it needs. I need the OL.
You need the rest of it.
I need the rest.
Yeah. Coming in.
I really love Lil Peep.
Custom ratings.
I've seen him. I love him.
He's great live.
Please give me more. I've seen him twice live now, and like I just want more, and I want it to be something that is like new.
Touche.
I love him though, so I don't know.
My final thoughts. Still like the guy. Just felt sonically it was way too similar, too formulaic for me on this one. I mean, he did some cool stuff with You Said. I did like You Said a lot. You Said was pretty good. That was a wild ride of a track for me because I started off being like, oh, I like this song. And then it like kind of that fade down happens, and I was like, "That's it. It's too short." And then it came back, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Immediately,
and I was like, "All right, okay, touche."
I remember. I think I kind of like that.
Yeah, I was like, "That song is pretty cool." So overall, I'm gonna give it an I. I wanted more from it. Yeah. I had big expectations. I wanted it to be continuing the Hellboy streak. It was just okay. not bad, but
yeah, Hellboy's still better.
Didn't
so far, but it's not finished.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with part 2. Hopefully, it comes soon, and we don't have to just sit around waiting for too long. But I'm gonna give it an I. Enrique?
I just feel like this is not okay. Again, not for me.
Right.
No, get it. If you can talk shit on it, it's cool.
It's not. It's like I get I understand your point. Like I completely do. And just like personally, I feel like I just need more. Like I'm not scared of this style of music of like emo rap. I think this is like interesting. Like, but I just feel like this dude just like his voice is like the same throughout, and I want him just like there's other aspects of grunge or even hip hop that you can take and you can mess around and you can experiment, break out of the box. Yeah. And I'll be excited to hear that. I might not even enjoy it, but I'll be excited just to hear something like that.
No, totally.
And I felt like with Hellboy, I felt that way. And this time, I was just bored. Like I was
it's fair.
Yeah, with Hellboy, I was like, wow, this is so different, and this is so exciting. Even though it's like I don't know if I'm gonna like something I'm gonna listen to a lot, but it's cool that there's like this is like a mashup I've never heard before, right? And this time, I'm just like, I don't know. I got this formula, and and occasionally has some cool lines. I'm like, oh, that's a cool line.
Yeah.
Like, but then at the end of the day, I think there's like maybe like one song I'll go back to, and that's not like a good review.
Right.
I would agree.
That falls within like I guess it's just a big old butt.
Ooh.
That's like.
Are you gonna give it at least a B? No T's yet? Because it's not done.
I'll give it one.
It's not done.
I'll put one T before the second T.
But
like it's a question mark.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be imagine a cool butt. Like,
a cool butt,
yeah.
But cool.
But cool, yeah, it could be.
I really hope he, like, if he experiments and stuff, and even though it's still not for me, I'll be like, wow, at least it's exciting and different, and I will, like, it's better than But this is just, like, I wanna, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. As, like, a mega hardcore fangirl over him, like, I feel like this was definitely formulaic based. It was everything people wanted from his brand, not from like his like sound. And at the end of the day, if Part 2 is not good, this is gonna be my least favorite Peep album, and that's sad. But also, I'm someone who, whenever an underground artist gets pushed into a place of like heavy production, I always kind of fall off because I feel like it loses a lot of the passion and soul that's a part of like creating something on your laptop. And I know that's like not a good way to judge music, but like you could hear.
It sounds pretty produced.
But it was, but in a sense, like there was like fucking watermark after watermark from this guy and this guy and that guy, and everyone and their sister had their SoundCloud watermark on it, and that way it felt authentic to me. Were there watermarks on this one? And that's it for me. Like I don't know, Gothway Click, but that's his brand. That's not the producer. And I don't know, I've always been someone who gets overly hyped about DJ watermarks, but like it kept the authenticity of what it was.
Maybe like
it was too produced.
Like I would actually agree with that. Part of like what my appeal for grunge, right, is kind of like the rawness.
The rawness.
So kind of like the fact that you might hear like a guitar out of tune.
Yeah,
like,
I want the bad notes.
Yeah, or perhaps like you'll hear him like I don't know, like
voice
his
crack,
voice crack, or just be like kind of like more roomy almost.
For real.
And that would really, I don't know, in a way humanize him more to me.
Definitely.
Through it, he was just coming out like this like same voice of like just like any other artist.
And I feel he really stayed in the like low, like almost whiny. Yeah, he didn't scream as much. Like hey baby girl, you got nothing. Like, we didn't get that raw emotion in this one.
Yeah, additionally, to go back to the production value, like it felt too produced in a sense that like one of my favorite things about Hellboy is there's a point where you can hear him breathe, and like most of the album you can hear him breathe, and it sounds like dumb, but I like the way he breathes. Like he breathes with like expression, and like a lot of it's like purposefully like placed breath. And in this album, I feel like they just were like, all right, breathing, no, that's not good production value. Get it out. Like just get purely your vocals that are purely perfect. Like he got rid of all the like grungy I did this with a friend from it, and like I want to hear him breathe again.
I almost feel like that's part of the appeal of the genre he's doing.
It is,
and the fact that it came off as so produced, it really did alienate me more.
Me too. I'm just like I don't want a produced DIY album. Like, and he's not DIY, but he's in the grunge category. And I want it to be grungy. I don't want you to be in $1 million studio with some guy you just met. I want this to be your friend Charlie Shuffler, who is a football player and is still talking about his football days and is a baller. I want him to have Big Head on the beat. I don't need like random dude who's like got great skills. I want SoundCloud people producing SoundCloud people.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%.
And that's that.
And that's the damn truth, folks. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Dang Mondo Kool podcast. We're at episode 5 now.
Damn.
We're cruising right along. Killing it, y'all. Well, we out of here. It's your boy, Mark Lane, a.k.a. @SomeBlackKid87 on all social medias. Talk to your boy. Hit me up. Follow me. Do what you got to do. On the left, you already know.
I got Funrique on Twitter.
Hey.
I got Funrique on Steam. You can friend me with two exclamation points at the end.
Hell yeah.
Steam Hip Hop.
Steam Hip Hop.
Steam is hip hop as fuck.
I think that's it.
All right.
Awesome.
And then I'm Austin Dodge at Austin Dodge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gang.
Gang.
Thanks,
Mondo Kool. Thanks for listening.
listening.
Seriously, if you listen to this, shout the heck out, man.
I think, like, honestly, like, you should check out, like, these two people are at least, like, they're different. Like, you should check, even if you're
100% check out Milo. 100% check out Lil Peep.
Hellboy though.
Yeah,
check out Hellboy.
If you haven't heard Lil Peep,
I mean, if anything interests you about them remotely, like, if you're just like, Lil Peep, you hear goth rap or grunge rap, you're like, I don't know, then, like, don't. But, or like AP student rap, you're like, don't. But like, if you're like, that sounds kind of interesting, definitely
go
check
for it.
Out.
It's gonna be worth it.
Support music that's different.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, we out of here.
And thanks for supporting a podcast that's different. We appreciate you.
Yeah, with listening differently.
Sorry,
isn't that fucking
listening
Apple's,
differently? Yeah.
Listen differently.
Think differently.
Mondo Kool.
Think
Mondo
differently is Apple. We're listen differently.
Hell yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Nice.
JK, it's post-game show time.